the Mid-Hill Toastmasters meeting for the first one of this year. Yes, where we rock, roll, and grow.
It's a touchscreen.
Yes, well, I'm not used to touchscreen, sorry. Hey there.
Hey.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Would you like to sit over by the timer?
Oh,
I've taken that
okay.
seat, but I'll surrender it.
I had slated you to be timer.
Okay, yeah, okay.
We have lights. We have lights.
Let me introduce, we have a guest, Walter Barr. Thank you for coming. Good to have you. What else? Let's go over the schedule. You can see everyone has one, I hope, I presume. You can see we have a speech today by Valencia. Looking forward to that. And with that, I will introduce our Toastmaster today, which is Jonathan.
Jeffrey.
I'm sorry, Jeffrey. It does, thank you. Sorry.
Tim did well. He didn't lead the podium, which is my cue not to lead the podium until the next person arrives.
Otherwise, Vicky acts like you.
Otherwise, I'll be quick. We start with reading our mission here at Greater Matthews Mid-Hill Toastmasters. We provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. So the theme for today's meeting is Happy New Year. New year, new resolutions. How many of you guys have resolutions for the current year?
Nope.
I'm slightly disappointed. As we all know, resolutions typically do not work. As we go through this meeting, we will talk about why they don't work and what we can do, maybe to maybe a better way to go about that. I want to recognize our guests again. Walter, thank you so much for coming. At the end of the meeting, please talk a little bit about how you enjoyed the meeting, and maybe your mother can convince you to become a member here. I want to start by introducing our officers. Our great president, Dylan Hales. Hadn't seen him in a few weeks. Hope he's doing well. I'm your VP of Education.
Yeah.
Wednesday Timms, our renowned public relations guru. Scott Davis, who keeps the members coming in, VP of membership. DeAndre, Happy New Year. He's our secretary. The gentleman who just increased our dues, that's our treasurer, Mr. Jonathan Williams. Not forget our distinguished past president, Ms. Vicky Johns. We're going to start now by going over some of the roles. Walter, at every meeting, different members have different roles. So I'm going to start with the Sergeant at Arms, Tim. You've already started, but tell Walter a little bit about what the Sergeant at Arms does for our club.
Well, the way I understand it, and I'm still learning, but I think it's to kind of make a fool of yourself with the rock, roll, and grow piece. I think that's the main responsibility. So I think I'm doing well in that area. So, but that is the main thing, is to just sort of introduce the meeting, to do those little kickoff saying, and to introduce visitors. So I did that too. So that's it.
Favorite topics is another time where we may possibly make a fool of yourself. Jonathan Wicks is our table topics master today.
Ask some questions of everyone, and you will have an opportunity to come up and give a 1 to 2 minute speech impromptu on that topic. Hope it's fun.
Next up is Scott. He will be evaluating Valencia's speech today. Scott, tell us what your role is today.
Good to see you.
Thank you.
As speech evaluator, it's my job to evaluate the speech. And I'm looking for all kinds of different things like vocal clarity. Thank you.
Mhm.
Communicating the theme well. Okay, I was just checking to make sure. Things like that. And then to let her know when it's all said and done, how she did. Thank you.
Next up is our grammarian, which I guess she's gonna have some help today from Vicky and her clicker, Ms. Barr.
Oh, boy.
As grammarian, it's my job to observe incorrect and correct proper uses of grammar and also introduce the word of the day, which is oligarch, meaning a ruler or a very rich business leader.
Wow, I wanna be one of those. Great to see this young lady back. That's Timer J. Ms. Mayana Finley.
Yeah.
Philly, I keep track of the time. So you guys are given a certain amount of time to do your speech. And I keep track of it.
Thank you. So the times for today's speech is between 5 and 7 minutes for our speaker Valencia, and then 1 to 2 minutes for table topics. Speaking of who likes to be a mentor or mentee, well, we're gonna find out a little bit more about Valencia's speech. You mentor me, I mentor you. I've had some hard knocks with mentoring, but over time I've learned to roll with the punchlines. This speech is a funny take on mentoring and how it could benefit all who participate, even when your mentor is a little cheesy with some corn on the side. Welcome, Ms. Valencia Timms.
Thank you, fellow Toastmasters and honored guests. I have a question for you. What in the world is a mentor? I mean, what are they supposed to do? I took the module on pathways mentoring and thought, I'm ready. I can mentor anybody now, armed with knowledge and all. But let me tell you, it's intimidating. Once someone signs up to be your protege and you really have no idea what to do for them, I know, I'll tell you all about my Toastmasters journey and my experiences and how it's changed my life. That takes care of about 4 to 6 minutes. How much time do we schedule? An hour? I came prepared with an icebreaker speech. What was I thinking? Toastmasters provides a mentoring evaluation for the mentor and the protege. Maybe I can get some tips there. The first clue is to find out what the person's goals are. Duh. That's a great place to start. Let's find out what exactly the protege wants to work on. Let them practice on me and take it to the meeting for a scheduled speech. My first protege wanted to meet with me a few times to practice that speech before taking it live. We met 3 times, and each time I gave her feedback, a little coaching, some suggestions, but the mistake I made was to serve as her evaluator after listening to her speech 3 times. At that time, both of us agreed on me being her evaluator, but I wish you could have seen her face when I gave her feedback in front of everyone. I don't know if I've ever seen a smile turn upside down so fast in my life. Or is it right side up? I don't know. But you know what I mean. She was frowning and appeared to be disappointed. I'm not a mind reader, but I know that face. So please, friends, when you serve as a mentor, let someone else give the evaluation. The benefit is they'll see things you don't see. And your protege will have something to look forward to working on later with you. My second protege practiced in front of a bunch of people before we met the first time. We met for lunch and really hit it off, and I made sure all of her doubts were kicked out of the door. Pow, doubts gone. The first speech was really good. So good, it had me in tears. She told me that she had someone crying the last time she shared the speech, but I was thinking, oh no, that's not gonna happen to me. But it did. I was wiping my eyes and apologizing. The context was something I could empathize with. My mistake this time was my lack of follow-up on what was next. So the third time I was a mentor, my protege didn't get to the first speech. This is where I have to pause to reflect on my job as a mentor. Wait a minute. Am I a bad mentor? I feel like I have so much to offer, so much knowledge to share. But is it me? Am I listening enough? Am I giving people a chance to shine? Okay, Toastmasters, this is where you jump in and reassure me. Please tell me it's going to be okay on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
It's gonna be okay.
Thank you. I needed that vote of confidence. I really needed it. Now I feel like I can be vulnerable with you because you voted confidence towards me. So I need to let you know that it seems like all of my proteges quit Toastmasters. Wait a minute, look, you just said it wasn't my fault. Because I haven't been successful as a mentor as I like to be. You don't have to listen to my advice for being a mentor or being a protege, but please give me a shot. I'm trying to get credit for this speech on mentoring. First, agree on the goal you're going to work on. It's essential. As long as you're on the same page for that, things will go well. You have to have that first. Otherwise, you're just chatting and talking and exchanging ideas. But once you agree on the goal, then you have something to work on. Second, agree how long you're going to mentor and be in the protege relationship and how often you're going to meet and commit to that. All of this could be established in that first meeting. I'm so girlfriend in that first meeting. Yeah, girl, no, girl, what? That's me. But we actually have work to do. So I have to get to it. And last, check in at the milestones to see how things went and what you can do to grow before the next meeting, the next milestone. I think all of that was in the Toastmasters instructions. But I was kind of winging it, you know, living and learning. But the next time I serve as a mentor, I pray the protege stays in Toastmasters. Having this record isn't good for my confidence, but I'm glad to have all of you encouraging me no matter what happens. Thank you.
Thank you, Valencia. I think I might have found you a mentee that will not quit, Ms. Vicki Johns.
Huh? Did what? I missed that. I was talking to Tim.
No, I was making a joke. I was telling Valencia that I'm gonna assign you as her mentee. You're guaranteed not to quit.
That's good.
Oh, I can associate with that one.
So continuing with our theme, New Year's resolution, any idea, guys, on what's the #1 resolution? Everyone says that
Lose weight.
lose weight and exercise. According to one website, 88% of people quit by January 17th of any goals they started.
And if you don't believe that, look at the YMCA parking lots.
Yeah, they're packed right now. In a couple of weeks, they'll be bone dry.
Exactly.
Well, now for very exciting times, our table topics master, Mr. Weeks.
My wife's friend posted one of those memes on Facebook, said that she's going to open a gym and call it Resolutions. And after the first 4 weeks, it's going to turn into a wine bar.
That's good.
So I think that's the whole view of resolutions right now.
Wine bar.
Wine bar.
Yeah, wine bar.
Oh, he said wine?
Wine as in drink. You You go to it first to exercise, and then when you give up exercising, you drink.
Okay, I got it now.
I also went to the doctor's on Tuesday, and he said I had to eat better. And I was shocked to learn that eating better didn't mean going to better restaurants. That just got
We
me.
need to find a new doctor.
That's what I was thinking, you know? Apparently it has something to do with eat more fruit. Vegetable, broccoli, yeah. So today's table topics are all about new and old. Given that it's a brand new year, everything starts afresh, except for our age. Yeah, that keeps on going up. So I was thinking about doing something slightly different because it's me and I never do anything normal. I'm going to give two options. First option is, what are you looking forward to in the new year? The second option is, what did you enjoy most in the previous year? You can do either one of those, okay? I'm gonna ask Tim.
Oh.
What did I enjoy most about last year? It's easy. I had 2 new grandchildren.
Aw.
I know. And they were born 2 days apart
Oh, my goodness.
on the same floor, the same hospital.
Oh, my goodness.
So I showed up for the first one and of course got to know some of the people on the floor. And also, as it turns out, my daughter-in-law works in this delivery area.
Oh, wow.
So that was neat to have that connection right away. But I got to meet some of the people on the floor, got to meet my new grandson. His name is Jack, named after my father, whose name is Jack. So, then after we cleared out and everything was fine, then my daughter, and as I got off the elevator on the floor after I had met everyone, they're like, wow, you're back. And I'm like, yeah, round 2. And so that was kind of fun. But it's just amazing to have grandkids. And I know some of you do have. So I've been preaching to the folks who already know, but it is amazing to hold those little things and think, man, look at the potential. And that was my favorite part of the year.
I've been waiting for grandchildren for too long. It doesn't look like it's going to happen anytime soon. Hopefully not. Yeah. So the first question now is, what are you looking forward to in the new year? Or, what are you afraid of this year? I think I'm going to pick Jonathan for that.
Thank you very much. Speaking of being vulnerable, when you speak of being afraid of what's coming in the new year, I would say for me, it's providing well for my family. Click me, go ahead. That would,
See, it works.
I will beg and look for a treat. So providing for my family is very important to me. Making sure that I make the right choices is very, very intimidating at times when you think about the task ahead. One thing I've learned to do in order to cope with those fears is to take each day and enjoy the moment. For example, it's been I'm a little bit ADD. People might be surprised because some people think that I'm very calm and how could I be ADD? But my mind is going everywhere. And I had a tough time at college. I went to UNC Chapel Hill. Just staying in tune with the professor was very tough for me. And that was probably my hardest thing, not the subject. And that's the same with providing in my business, making sure that I take that time to be one-on-one with myself, to take a look at where I'm going, what happened the day before, and what the priorities are. So what I'm most afraid of is failure, but I have a lot of hope that I will succeed. And I hope the best for each of you, that you will succeed this year, and whatever fears that you have, that you'll be able to conquer them successfully. And anything I can do to help, I'm here for you.
Awesome.
What is the best way to exit as far as like a,
Shake hands, exit.
okay?
Yeah,
And was I supposed to introduce myself? I don't think I did.
No.
yet.
The worst thing you can do is say thank you.
Nancy's shaking her head, but she said thank you.
Oh, she did?
Yeah. then-
Oh.
Yeah, she did.
Okay. So
So,
the two left. No, that wasn't a click.
oh, so it was.
So if I remember correctly,
You said it fast that time.
one left is still, what are you looking forward to in the new year? And then I'm going to add one of what milestones are you looking forward to this new year? DeAndre.
Whoa.
Thank you. What milestones or what am I looking forward to this year? I'm looking forward to this year to travel more and take a lot more things off my plate and really delegate tasks, whether it's taking my kids places or even, saying no to people so I can spend more time with my family. We want to travel to see a couple family members across the states this year, whether it's, I think one is Texas, one is California. So we're looking forward to doing that and traveling to see them, and also hitting our business goals that we have each quarter and being more, I guess, can I say this, being more aware of what we need to do and writing down our goals and actually achieving them and why or why not we didn't achieve those. And having weekly meetings about that and, being more specific of what we got going on. Also, just being a bit better with my faith as well, joining groups and just being there, being present, being a better father, husband, and son as well. Those are the milestones I'm looking forward to this year. Thank you.
All right, so I'm still leaving on the table the what are you looking forward to this year? So I'm just going to give a flat out demand now. Robert.
Toastmaster. What am I looking forward to this year? Well, I'm looking forward to something that I've been planning on doing for the last 2 years probably, but didn't get a chance to mainly because of COVID concerns and getting sick while traveling. My plan for the following year involves traveling, just the same as many other people today have talked about. My plan is very ambitious, so maybe it's good in a way that I've had some time to plan for it. I'm planning on driving out to California and actually doing the Pacific Coast Highway. My plan is unique in that I bought an electric car not too long ago, and it's not as easy to get fueled up as you would with a traditional gasoline car. In fact, it takes quite a lot of planning.
Yeah.
So I've plotted out a lot of the different charging stations in the area, and I feel like I will be able to make it. It's going to be a long drive. The total drive is going to be about 10,000 miles. And my plan involves driving with my wife to Seattle and making my way all the way down the coast to San Diego. And my second goal in this trip, first goal is to enjoy myself, but secondly, I want to do it as cheaply as possible. So we plan on sleeping as much as we can inside the car. I bought a mattress, blow up mattress, and we're going to stay in campgrounds as much as possible. And the charging for the car is actually paid for by the manufacturer for 2 years. And now that I've gone over the limit, I'd like to say that I will get back somehow with the rest of my trip in another speech. Stay tuned.
I'm looking forward to hearing that report.
Yeah, yeah.
I remember, it brings back memories of me in Christmas 2019. My kid's unwrapping presents and he unwraps one and it's just a little slip of paper. And on it, it says, Space Camp, April 19. And he gets so excited. Yes, we're going to Space Camp, April 19, 2020. Yeah, what happened?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, COVID hit, lockdown, we couldn't go. So this year, he unwrapped a present with the same little piece of paper in it, Space Camp 2022, no, 2023, April 9th. Fingers crossed. So I would like to know, what have you put off from before COVID that you're going to do, if there's anything that you're going to do this year, next year? I'm going to ask Linnell.
Oh, yeah.
Good afternoon. So I think that what I want to do this year that I haven't done in previous years is to really just enjoy life more and to be more present with my family, to really take on new challenges and just be the best person that I can be. As my children are getting older, it's been great because they're more self-sufficient. And so now I'm able to just really do more of me and my husband, and then just enjoying each other, attending more events, getting to dress up, and just being somewhat free. So those are some of the things that I'm looking forward to in this year. Last year, I started a weight loss journey, and I'm proud to say that I lost about 60 pounds and I want to lose about 25 more. So I'm excited to continue that journey. It's been a true lifestyle change, and I'm going to just continue to embrace it. And as I have hit the big 5-0, just love life. So that's what I'm looking forward to.
Oh, the big 5-0.
That's
Yeah.
an easy one, believe me.
Oh, it is. It's not too bad. It's not too bad other than the other stuff that goes with it.
And they don't get any better either.
51 looks to be okay for me though. I'm hoping, I'm going forward. We started off with New Year's resolutions. I'd really like to know, what ones have you had and either were successful with or was not successful with? And I'm going to do this to Scott.
Successful and not successful resolutions. Okay, so the reality is, when you first got up here, you said, how many of you make New Year's resolutions? And I think maybe 2 people raised their hands. I'm one of these people who really have not done that, maybe since high school, I don't know. And that could very well be because chances are the first ones that I started making, I ended up failing on. And like everybody else, you know, a lot of them are weight loss, you know, hey, I'm gonna start exercising, get in shape and do all this. And by the 17th, apparently I fell off that wagon. So I just kind of said, you know what, January is not a whole lot different. I think it's always good to evaluate your life. And not just in January, of course, that's a traditional time. It's natural, the year changes, et cetera. But you're always looking for things that you should be doing better. Reading books, spending less time watching TV, spending more time with your kids, calling mom and dad more often. Yeah, I knew that was coming. So, I think I would say the biggest thing that I would change in years past, the things that I failed on, is probably being proactive in reaching out to my mom and dad. They're mid-80s now, and certainly I hope they're around for another 10 years. But as they get older, the assurance of that fades away a little bit. So this year, I'm going to spend more time going to see them, calling them, sending them notes, and that's it.
Awesome.
All I have, Jeffrey. When could you borrow that secret?
Great table topics. You guys should have a ballot in front of you. If you would take time, it's going to be tough today to vote on the best table topic speech that we had today. Those of you online, Vicky, did you want them to message you?
Oh, sure.
If you can message Vicky for those of you who are online. And just, we talk a lot about New Year's resolution. Only 9% actually feel like they achieved their New Year's resolution. And this is some of the tips that they say helps. Set specific and challenging goals. So if you want to lose 30 pounds, that goal is kind of nebulous. Say, hey, I want to lose 3 pounds a month over the course of a year. So be very specific. Set goals that really mean a lot to you. So if you're really not serious about losing weight or exercising, those you kind of set yourself up for failure. Very important, get a support system. So Vicky, you want to lose 20 pounds. Every time I see you with some potato chips, I'm gonna say, hey, Vicky, put that bag down. So get a support system that helps. And then just focus on setting very small goals. Again, if you want to lose 30 pounds, start with the first 3 pounds. Next up is our timer today. She's going to give us a time for Valencia's speech, as well as our table topic speakers. Welcome up, Ms. Mignon.
Valencia at 6 minutes and 13 seconds. Tim, 1 minute and 14 seconds. Jonathan R, 1 minute and 59 seconds. DeAndre, 1 minute, 11 seconds. Robert, 2 minutes and 14 seconds. Linnell, 1 minute and 15 seconds. And I have Scott at 1 minute and 49 seconds.
The time limitation, so thank you for that. Next up is our speech evaluator, Mr. Scott.
Great.
Well, let me just start by saying, Valencia, you didn't speak like a boss, you spoke like an oligarch. You were ruling this place. I really felt like you told us a story. You weren't just working through, the logistics of a speech and how to be a good mentor and what you did right, what you did wrong. No, you drew us in by being approachable, by being vulnerable, by telling us your story. You did an excellent job. Your pace and your speech cadence is very easy to listen to. You are not overly excitable and nervous. You seem very casual, and you always do a great job at that. You painted a lot of pictures for us, from the turning a smile into a frown. I could totally see her face when that happened. There you go. Yeah, good. I drew that one out to give you time to pick it up. You also talked, about emotion. Feeling tears, and as you were listening to the speech, you could also, I could sense that emotion. Additionally, you are very good at your vocal variety. when you are talking, not only in your vocal variety, but your gestures. I thought to myself, you bring the rock from our intro into your speech because you're kind of bouncing back and forth like this, which is that much more important when you are speaking on Zoom. It's one thing when you're in front of a group and you can move around, but in this room, when we're all staring at a little block, to see you moving back and forth is engaging, and you did a great job in that. So overall, you did a phenomenal job. And I know it is a cardinal sin to not be able to find something that you could improve on. But I really struggled. I even looked through this long list of things and I thought, well, she did that great. She did that great. She did that great. So my deficiency today is finding something that you could improve on because you did such a great job.
Next up is our grammarian report, Patricia.
Bear with me, there was a lot going on today. I'll start with our table topics. Our first person, we had Tim, we had one three so's. Table topics, Jonathan Roberts, two and one so. DeAndre, one Robert, for table topics, we had a few 6 Linnell, we had 6 Table topics, Scott, we had 1 and 2 so. As the evaluator, Scott, you had 3 2 so's, 2. You also, well, good word, you had, excuse me, Scott, for good word, you used the word of the day, which was oligarch, so you get points for that. And I believe that was Valencia. I don't know where this quite goes. You had a duh and I'm so girlfriend. I'm not sure where that goes. So
I think the duh was a part of the speech. wasn't it?
okay, so
Yeah.
I'm not sure,
Yeah, I think
but
it was.
that was everything. Thank you.
Wow.
Table topics, yes.
Can I just make a comment? You guys don't realize it, but you got so much better. You, after that second one, it was like you focused so much, you slowed down, and that's what we want you to do, is slow down and, yeah. So it really does work, even though it's very annoying, I know, but we did a great job today. Oh my gosh, that was good.
It was a great job.
Because I'm sitting here
Quickly.
like this. No, just I'm gonna get you, so don't do it. And you really made you think, didn't it?
It did, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it worked well for Scott, because he's today's our winner for table topics today.
You have a ribbon?
Yes, we do.
Oh, we do.
But I also want to recognize our most improved table topics, especially from when this gentleman started. DeAndre, great job as most improved. I'm going to close out our discussion on New Year's resolutions by reading a quote. Many years ago, I resolved never to follow with New Year's resolutions, and I've stuck with it ever since. Well, that's all I have. Haven't heard from Dylan, so I don't have anything from the president. Vicky, is there anything that you would like to come before the club to say before we adjourn?
General evaluation.
Oh, you forgot the general.
Well,
evaluator.
Arnett wasn't
Tim was
here.
working on it.
Okay, perfect. I'm sorry. I'm
We
sorry.
forgot to tell you.
Welcome up, Tim, please.
Well, I did take the role after we were a little bit underway, and I don't recall, did Valencia give a written intro?
She did.
Okay, because I knew that would be a tiki mark if it wasn't done.
Yeah.
But still didn't get her.
I'm not going to. She's good.
The timings went surprisingly well. We had one run over.
Yeah.
That's going to happen. The managing of the lights there's an area for improvement there, but I don't think it was too distracting,
First or second.
but getting on to distracting, this topic of clicker. Now,
Works.
I have dogs that I train, and the way the clicker works in the normal dog training mode is you click and the dog is to associate that with a reward.
Okay.
And the reason for that is let's say the dog does a behavior you want, but at a distance. So you click it, and as soon as you do, the dog associates, oh, that's good, and you always follow with the reward.
I'll bring some candy.
Now, you've got this one a little bit backwards. The clicker is a bad thing.
It's not a bad thing.
Well,
Yeah, it is.
it's not a good thing. I don't know, yeah.
They got better.
I understand what you mean. You were moving towards improvement. I get that part, but I thought, I don't know if it's possible to do this or not, but also staying with the dog training theme, you punish with an electric shocker. Now, I know everyone's not going to get to don a collar so we could shock them. I do know, although that might be fun. No, but I do know that there are these like trainers that people have for different behaviors that they're trying to knock down. Yes.
I could just have a cattle prod.
Yeah, and that's kind of the idea. But these trainers that you wear, and it's basically sort of, if you're trying to knock some habit, bad habit you have, and it's a wrist thing. And from remote, you can buzz the wrist thing. So, maybe that's something we could look into, but I guess I'm sort of 50-50 on the clicker. I'm not sure.
Valencia sent you a message. I think there are rules in North Carolina against that.
Yes.
No,
Yeah,
because the class is voluntary.
Right. You voluntarily, you have to sign a waiver. You have to wear this dog collar. What else? Oh, the other thing is, I don't know if we can resolve this or not, but there was this issue with the speaker. It sounds like it feels like, back in the day when we used to have these big boxy speakers, and it sounds like the speaker's blown one almost, I don't know.
I actually have a external speaker that I meant to bring. And I
See if this solves the problem.
Yeah, I kind of forgot because I
I've
was
got
in a
the
rush.
speakers. You want me to bring them?
Yeah.
They belong to the club.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I won't be here next week, but yeah.
Well, I can bring it to Tim. He'll be here next week, right? Or are you?
Lord willing, I'll be here and we'll see how it
Since
goes.
you're
on
gonna be
Saturday.
IT
Between us, I think we'll be able to set it up. We'll see. All right, that's all I've got. Thank you.
Good job.
Before we adjourn formally, I want to hear from Walter. What do you think about our meeting today? Come on up.
What'd you do now?
Well, I didn't think I'd be coming up here to talk out, so forgive me for any messiness. But I really liked it. I was just being, very observant, didn't want to talk much because, first day here, and I just wanted to fill out the room, and I enjoyed it thoroughly, and I could see how being in an environment like this can really help improve. It's an environment that, I forget the word, but like it incentivizes, like you're going to improve if you stay here long enough.
Right.
Like
Right.
it feels that way, and I've only been here for today, so I really liked it.
Yeah, I think what everybody here can say is probably the fun, very fun environment. We're serious, we take speaking very serious, but we also have a lot of fun. I don't have anything else. Vicky, was there anything you would like to say before we leave?
I don't think so. We'll be here next week.
Everybody have a great weekend and Happy New Year again.
Thank you.
Oh, really? I was wanting to.
Yeah,
I want to show you because when I